Yo guys, I'm back with another video. I know it's been like a hot minute since I uploaded my last video, but no excuses. I was just too lazy to make them, so I'm back with this video because I thought it'd be a great idea. Sorry, it looks like I'm sweaty, but I thought this experience that I had would be a great video to post. So here I am. So this video is going to be my first ever VIP experience, meet and greet with the one and only, of course, Aiono. Boom, bam, boom. Look at that. I like this t-shirt. I like it a lot. Okay. Sabrina Carpenter's The Detour Tour, I guess you could say. And Alex was one of the opening acts. So of course I bought tickets because I love Alex so much. And I bought them 3 or 4 months in advance. And I was so excited. And I didn't know what to expect because I've never been to one, obviously. When I went to the Changes tour, I just got general admission tickets, not meet and greet tickets. So I was really excited to see like how this all worked and stuff. And Alex being Alex, he would always tweet, if you come to my meet and greet, it'll be so different and very special. And I was like, oh, okay. And so after all these months passed, July 19th finally came, and I was so nervous because it's freaking Alex. The one thing that I thought was gonna happen was when I met a YouTuber, his name is Josh Leva, I did not say anything. So embarrassing. But I didn't say anything to him. I had to have my brother go up to him because it was at 7-Eleven. So I had to have my brother go up to him, and he was all like, hey, my sister's a really big fan of your YouTube and your work. And then he's all like, thanks, that's really cool. And then I was just staring at him because I didn't know what to say. And then they started talking about football. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just stand here. I wanted to ask for a picture, but I didn't have my phone with me. My brother had his phone, but I was like, nah. But I really wanted one, but I didn't know how to ask. So anyways, Sabrina's concert was at the House of Blues. Guys, this is gonna be a long video, so bear with me. I'd read about the House of Blues not moving, but like being taken down. I didn't know it was literally gonna move away from downtown Disney to a whole nother location. Send me your location. Okay, anyways, I didn't know it was gonna move to a whole other location. So my mom dropped me off at downtown Disney because that's where I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought they just remodeled it and everything, but no, they moved it. I started walking and I'm on the phone with a friend and she's going to the concert too, and I'm all like, oh, where are you? I'm here. And she's all like, oh, I'm at the House of Blues, where are you? And then as I'm talking to her on the phone, I'm walking like inside downtown Disney next to like the Lego store and whatever they have there, and then she tells me that it's not there. And so I had to ask one of the workers. I'm like, oh, could you please tell me where the House of Blues is? And she's all like, unfortunately it's not here anymore, it's on this street and blah blah blah, next to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm like, oh, so I have to leave downtown Disney to go where it is? And she's all like, yes. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. And I legit was gonna cry because my friend, she was all like, in my head I thought like there was already a meet and greet lineup for Alex. but there wasn't when I got there. I didn't know that, so in my head I was like, oh my gosh, what if I miss the meet and greet? I can't do this. I can't waste my money. And so I typed in House of Blues on my GPS on my phone, and it says I'm like 5 minutes away, but that's if I'm driving a car, but I'm not, I'm walking. So I had to exit downtown Disney and go back to where the main street was, where the entrance was for downtown Disney. And then I just had to walk down this long sidewalk just to almost, kind of, not really, but almost be there at the House of Blues. And so that took me like 10-15 minutes because it was so long. And then I had to turn left down a certain street, and that was long too as well. And the first long sidewalk I had to walk down was behind Disneyland. Like, I saw the Ferris wheel and I knew what it was. It was the Mickey Mouse Ferris wheel, and I was behind Disneyland, so I had to walk all the way until I was like not at the front of Disneyland, because the front was like this way, but I was walking on the side right here. So I had walked all the way down, and then my GPS was being crazy. It was like, make a U-turn and blah 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 blah. I was like, are you kidding me? And so I walked. Okay, the main entrance for Disneyland is like right here, okay? I was walking on the sidewalk, but not very close to where the entrance was. And I was just walking back and forth. I'm like, what is my GPS telling me? Like, I'm so confused. Why is it telling me that I'm 5 minutes away? Now I'm 2 minutes away. Now I'm 1 minute. Now I'm 15 minutes away. I was very confused. So I get to where a CVS is, I think. And I ask a construction worker, do you know where the Anaheim Garden Walk is? And he's like, oh yes, it's just down the block and then to your right. I was putting my trust into this one construction worker. I was like, okay. And so I follow his directions. I go down a block, and then I don't know where I am. And the whole time I'm trying to figure this out, I'm still on the phone with my friend, but she's on speaker. And she's with another friend of mine that I met there. And so they're all like, oh, where are you now? I'm like, I'm on this street, and blah, 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 blah. And once I followed the construction worker's directions, I didn't turn right like he said. And so I was just walking back and forth, like up and down, like, where is this thing? My GPS was telling me I was 5 minutes away, and then I was walking, and then it said I was 15 minutes away. I was very confused. And so I wanted so badly just to stand there and bawl my eyes out, but I don't give up. I really wanted to cry, like I was about to start crying. I'm all like, Arissa, I can't do this, I don't know where I am, I'm gonna cry. And she's all like, no, it's okay, you're fine, the meet and greet hasn't started yet. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I walk down, I see a worker, and she just got off of her shift, I'm assuming. And so I ask her, and she's all like, oh yeah, it's upwards and then you turn left. And I'm like, okay, thank you very much. And so I finally found it. Oh my gosh, it was like a weight lifting off my shoulders. I was like, thank you, Lord Jesus. So I was on the phone still with Arissa and Kristen, and I'm like, I'm here. And they're all like, where? I don't see you. And so I was walking up the stairs for House of Blues, and then I see on my right that there's a line. I'm like, oh my gosh, that better not be Alex's line, because that's a pretty dang long line. And so I told Arissa, I'm like, oh, I see a line. And in my head, I'm still thinking that the meet and greet lineup for Alex has already happened. People already started to line up. By the way, I was dropped off around 12. Maybe 1. No, it was 1. And I didn't get there until 2:30, maybe 2:40. So that's how long it took me to get from Downtown Disney to the House of Blues. Anyways, so I get there, I'm looking for Arissa and Kristen, and I find them in the parking lot. And we hug, and we're like, ah, so excited to see you, blah, blah, blah. So, y'all, my toes were cramping up when I was walking. I'm like, I can't do this. And I felt blisters on my left foot. I was like, are you kidding me? There was one on the bottom of my heel and then like two right here. I was like, Jesus. What the heck? I was wearing these sandals that I got from Old Navy. Bad idea to wear sandals. I didn't know that was gonna happen though. And I was sweating like a pig. It was tragic. But anyways, I'm there with Larissa and Kristen. And there's no line for meet and greet for Alex, Aiono. And we go inside and we ask the people at the front desk. And we were like, where can we get our tickets and where can we get these? I call them lanyards, but people call them a lot of different things, but whatever. I was asking because Arissa said she already asked them. So I asked them and they were like, I have no idea. We don't have them. And we haven't heard anything from Alex's team yet. And so I was like, okay. Then I told Arissa and Kristen that. And they were getting really frustrated. So we're like, okay, let's not panic. So we go to this restaurant right next to the entrance for House of Blues. It was Johnny Rockets, I think. I don't know. But we sit there, and then the freaking guy who works there, he was all like, oh, do you guys need menus? I'm like, oh, no, thank you. And he's like, well, you can't sit in here if you're not going to order anything. But he was giving me attitude. I was like, excuse you, I was just trying to get away from the heat because it's cool in here, and you're being rude to me? But I mean, I get it, it's his restaurant, I guess, so whatever. But we still sit there. We sit there for a good 10-20 minutes, and I ordered a water and he charged me 50 cents, but when Arissa and Kristen ordered water, it was free for them. Okay. Anyways, so we leave, and we leave because we saw this one girl, and I'm guessing it was her little sister. We saw them in merch, and Alex merch, and we're all like, oh my gosh, where did she get that? Like, is the merch table set up already? Because usually it's after the concert. So we go up to them and we're like, oh, where did you get that? And they're all like, oh, we went to the San Diego show, I think it was, the other day. And we're like, oh, okay. And we're like, oh, I like your shirt. And then yeah, those were the first Alex Aiono meet and greet people that we saw. Like, it was just us three, and then we saw those two. There was no one else there. And it was so close to getting around 4:30 because you had to be there by 4:30. They changed the time. 30 minutes before 4:30 actually, but yeah. So those were the first two Alex Aiono people we saw. No, I'm switching my words. We saw this one girl come out of Johnny Rockets, and she asked us if we had Alex Aiono meet and greet, and we're like, oh yeah. And then she's all like, oh, this is ridiculous because we don't know what's going on. I'm like, yeah. We asked them, and they said they didn't know, blah, 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 blah. And then we were in Johnny Rockets, and then we saw those two girls. Okay. Anyways. So we waited until 3:30, because that's when the lady told us to come back and check. And we went in and asked again, and they said they didn't hear anything from Alex's team. So we were kind of getting very frustrated because Sabrina's VIP had already started. We were getting mad because there was no sign up for Alex. It was just New Hope Club and Sabrina. And we were like, what the frick is going on? And so a little bit after 3:30, I'm guessing, maybe around 4, this girl comes up to us and she's like, oh, are you guys here for Alex Aiono meet and greet? And we're like, yes. And then she's like, oh, they already put up a sign. And this was like right after we asked the front desk people about the lanyards. And we were like, oh my gosh, are you serious? And so we follow her and we're like, oh, thank you so much for telling us. And she's like, oh yeah, no problem. And so we wait in line, and then a couple minutes later, this girl comes out. Her name is Sarah. She was very sweet, very nice. And she's like, okay guys, I need you to take out your IDs so I can check you off, because they had a list of everyone's name who had VIP. And then she went to the front of the line again. And then she gave us the lanyards and a free poster signed by Alex. And then along with that, there was another guy. I'm guessing he's security. He had these wristbands and he put them on. And then after Sarah was done, she's all like, okay, we might bring you guys in around 4:30, so just wait until then. We're like, oh, okay, thank you. And so Arissa made me go first. Like, okay, we were at the front of the line, not at the very front. There was like 4 or 5 other girls in front of us, but we were right there after them. And so Arissa made me go first. I was terrified. So it was Arissa, Kristen. No. It was me, Kristen, and Arissa. I was like, are you kidding me? I don't want to go first. I want to witness you, Arissa, and Kristen meeting Alex. And then she's like, no, you're going first, Brianna. I was like, fine. And so maybe a little bit, it was close to 5, because on the sign, on the freaking piece of paper that they put out, they wrote Alex Aiono meet and greet 5:15, but we went in a little bit earlier than that. And then we were waiting in line, they checked our bags, and I peek around the corner and I see Alex. I was like, ah! I don't know, I see Hallie first, which is Alex's sister. And then I see Heather, which is Alex's mother. And then I see Alex, he's setting up, he's getting ready. And I was like, oh snap, this is happening, he's real. And I honestly thought that I was gonna have like an anxiety attack. But Arissa's all like, just breathe in deeply through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth. And I did that a couple times and it actually helped me. So thank you, girl. Okay. So the 5 girls that were in front of us, they went, and then it was my turn. It went by so fast, y'all. Like, in my head, I had a list of poses I wanted to do with Alex on my phone, but when I was standing in front of him, all of that went away. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And the first picture that I got, I'll probably put it right here. I look ugly, but it was so boring. Like, it was just a regular pose. And then after that first picture, Alex grabbed me, because like on the first picture you'll see I was just like standing there with my hand down, and then my left arm around Alex's waist or back, whatever. And then he like grabbed me with his other arm. He's all like this, and he grabbed me into a bear hug, and it was so cute. And then I'll put those pictures right here. And then he's all like, oh, do you have any other poses in mind? I was like, yeah. And I couldn't look him in the eyes. I got so scared. I got so nervous. And I was like, oh yeah, I want us to hold hands, and then we just like put our cheeks together and like look at the camera and smile. I'll put that right here too. And then I was shaking the whole time. Like, I wasn't shaking before I was waiting in line, but then when I saw him, and like give him a hug. I was shaking in his arms, y'all. Like, what is this? I don't know, but at least I kind of talked. And then after I was done, okay, wait. So Sarah, the girl that gave us our lanyards and marked us off, she was there holding stuff that the fans brought Alex. And I had a letter and a bracelet that I bought him. It had A.A, his little initials. And I gave that to Sarah because Sarah's all like, oh, you can't give Alex the gifts. So I gave it to her instead. And I just had the letter in my back pocket. I couldn't give it. No, I was like, no, I can't give it to him. I didn't want her to get mad at me. So Sarah showed Alex the bracelet and she's like, oh, look what she made for you. Alex was like, oh, really? That's cool. And then, so we took our pictures and then, okay, the way it was set up, it was like the backdrop was right here. Alex was right here. Fans were coming this way. And then his little photographer named Dylan, he was taking pictures. And Sarah was next to Dylan on his left side. And then after I was done taking my pictures, Sarah still had my bag. And I tried to go in front of Dylan, but he was like kind of scooting closer because Kristen had to take her pictures. And I was like, oh, I shouldn't do that because I didn't want to get in the way. So I tried to go around Dylan, but then he was done taking Kristen's pictures. And then Dylan was all like, oh, Sarah, you have her bag. And then Sarah's like, oh, which one? And I'm like, oh, the black one. And so I tried to get it and I got it. Hallie was sitting on like a couch that was like next to the backdrop. I was like, oh, hi, Hallie, how are you? Can I get a picture? And she's like, yeah, of course. But after the Q&A, and I was like, oh, okay, no problem. I didn't get a picture because after the Q&A, they had to leave to go set up backstage. But it's okay. At least I saw her and said hi. And so I was walking a certain direction, like I guess towards the stage, and then Hallie and Sarah were like, oh no, come back, where are you going? And they directed me to where the Q&A session was, and it was like on this little balcony. It was really cute. And then Heather was standing near the door where I had to go in and sit down for the Q&A. I was like, oh, hi Heather, how are you? And she's like, hi, I'm good. And I can't believe I got the courage to say hi to Hallie and Heather. Like, normally I'm a shy person and I wouldn't do that, but I did it and I was like, hey. And then, so I was out on the balcony with the other girls that had already met Alex, and we had to wait till everyone was done taking their pictures with Alex. And then Alex finally came out. He sang a couple songs that we had asked him to sing. Then he answered our questions. And then he was telling dad jokes. They were pretty bad. It was funny though. And then we got a group picture with Alex, like 3 of them. He asked us to dab for one of the pictures because his mom didn't know how to. And he's like, I need y'all to teach my mom how to dab. And I was like, what the heck? And so I wasn't even paying attention to Dylan when he was taking the pictures because I was talking to Arissa because she was sitting next to me. I was like, which way are you gonna go, Arissa? And then he freaking took the pictures and I wasn't paying attention. But it's okay. Still waiting on those group pictures though. I wish I could put them here, but I haven't received any yet. So, and then Alex left. He's all like, love you all, thanks for coming and talking. And then he left. And then Sarah lined us up. And then we went to the main floor. And yeah, we were just waiting till 7 o'clock because that's when it started. And then New Hope Club came out. Me and Arissa and Kristen were dancing. We're like, yeah. And then Alex came out, and that was a blast. We had so much fun. Aside from the fact that this one chick, I don't know if it was a mom or a fan of Sabrina, but she freaking pulled Arissa's hair. And I was like, what the? You can't do that. Like, calm down. Arissa is dancing and she's all like, can you stop moving? And in my head I was like, what is she supposed to do at a concert, not move and dance and sing along with the artist that she's here to see? Doesn't make any sense. I got kind of mad, but Arissa was all like, can you stop being so rude and blah 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 blah. I couldn't really hear, but yeah, she said that, and then she turned back around and then she continued to dance because that's what you do at a concert. Anyways, for my first VIP / meet and greet experience, it was really, really amazing, and it's all because of Alex. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better meet and greet experience, and I'm just really thankful that I got to experience that with Alex and with 2 of my friends. And I would really love to meet him again, maybe with Will Sage, maybe Changes Tour Part 2. What? I hope. Thank you for bearing with me for this long ass video. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. And I'm hoping that I can do dance videos, but it's really hard because of copyright on YouTube. And right now, I don't really like any choreography that's coming out from the people that I watch. So it's kind of hard. But I'm taking a dance class, and maybe I could film that from my choreographer, Chad. Maybe if I ask him, he can let me upload it. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you so much for watching. Peace, y'all.